imagine if we put a couple other little changes, what kind of a difference would that make?
But in the long term, you realize that those free stuff are very expensive. People are acting emotional about trading. Casey, again, thank you for taking this meeting with me and share your feedback with me and, of course, with everyone that is watching this meeting. I'll give you some questions. Feel free to answer exactly like you are feeling about Trading Busters, about mentoring program. Everything is going on here, Casey, okay?
Okay.
The first question is, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do? Because this is, what a lot of people are asking themselves. Maybe they have, a job or a business or a specific job. And, they're asking, can I do trading also? So maybe if you can share a little bit from your background and what you're doing now, what you did before, it will be great for us.
Yeah. So I own my own business, and I have for about the last 6 years. Luckily, for the most part, the business is run by some employees that I have. So I kind of oversee some things, but which affords me some free time to kind of get involved in something like Trading Busters, since I've always loved the idea and loved the markets and just enjoyed that aspect of things. So it's, given me an opportunity to just kind of take that extra free time I have and put it to good use.
That's great. Okay. I mean, can you tell us a little bit, what is the difference? You say, what is the difference between maybe trading and owning a business with employees and everything? Maybe, it's a question that you cannot really answer directly, but which one can offer you more spare time if you do it full time? The business or trading? Again, it's a question that you may not answer with yes or no, but if you can give us just a little bit of information about this, would be great.
Well, running a business comes with more headache because you have to deal with whether it's customers, employees, just the other vendors, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot more moving parts than sitting down and basically only having to deal with yourself and what you see on a screen.
That's what I'm saying to so many people, from the business area and so on, that trading need to be treated as a business. I mean, you definitely understand this because you come from a business background. So you definitely understand the long-term view and long-term planning. And you saw that planning in trading is exactly planning with your business. And, if you plan for 1 week, nothing is gonna really change. Or if it's something happening in 1 week, it's really not how the business will develop over the time. It's just 1 week, nothing else. But you need to have a look around the big picture, and see how everything is gonna develop for not even months and months, but years. You say that you are in this business for over 6 years. So I think this kind of help you a little bit coming to trading with entrepreneur type of thinking, because most of people, even me, because I am coming, for example, from the working class, so I remember it was very hard to start thinking long term, because you are used to it, going to a job, do the job, working 40 hours a week, how much money you're gonna get, and you can plan those money, and that next month you'll get the same. Maybe you make some extra hours, so exactly how much money you're gonna get. Maybe you also saw this in trading, that people come with the idea, they plan everything in 1 month. So, okay, I need to make this much on a monthly basis, and they plan paying the rent, paying the bills, going vacations, and then guess what? At the end of the month, it may be a loss or break even, but even a loss. So they get, very disappointed. They start changing everything. But, in trading is not counted from the first to the last of the month, like it's when you go to a job and you're going to get paid at the end of the month. But trading is more like a long term, and you definitely have the same situation maybe in your business, when maybe you end up months at break even, or maybe, even you didn't make money, but in long term, the business grow and so on. So it's exactly the same thing with trading. And I think this is one of the biggest problem when you come for people start thinking long term. You cannot really jump just like that from the working class with the mentality that you come from there into this long-term type of things. What do you think about this, Casey?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, especially in the beginning, there were plenty of months where we didn't make any money, but we still had to pay other people. So definitely a loss. But like you say, with the bigger picture, long-term plan, if you believe in something and you see the potential, you continue to go and you continue to put in the time. In the end, it works out if as long as you're willing to put in the work.
That's the way to think as a trader, long term. When you start thinking long term, everything is going to come like more simplicity and more simplicity. The emotions are not going to be that much there also, and you can really concentrate on trading and not suffer for any loss like it's the end of the month, And even in trading, I'm seeing my losses in trading as my business expenses. Like you, Casey, have like expenses with the employees, so you may be paying the rent, pay a lot of other stuff, that you need to pay in order to run your business. It's exactly the same thing how I started, seeing trading with the losses. I don't have employees. I don't need to pay a rent or stuff like that for my business to run, but I'm seeing these losses as like expenses for me to be able to run the business in long term. That was something that changed a little bit my mind, years ago when I start seeing the bigger picture. Now, Casey, let's start from the beginning. Like, how did you discover me? Because maybe through an ad. I think so. Most of the people discover me through ads or stuff like that.
Yeah, I did. It was through an ad. I saw it on social media somewhere, probably, and just clicked on it. When you brought up statistics and probabilities, I can't say I was super familiar with that theory or what you were exactly talking on. So that's what engaged me to click on it and want to learn more. So I'm glad I did.
Thank you for being in the community. And Casey, you saw an ad. You saw statistics and probabilities. You probably joined one of my signals group, and after that, you get into the mentoring program because that's the process. You cannot buy just like that online. What problems did you initially want to solve in trading through the mentoring program or to this statistics and probabilities?
I guess the biggest problem I wanted to solve was I wanted to have profitable months in trading. Like I said, I mean, I've always been interested in it, and I've always tried to do it a little bit here and there. I guess I've never really taken the amount of time that I have since I've joined Trading Busters to really sit down and learn it and understand it. So with that always came more losses than wins. And so learning a system that was, I guess, puts me in a position to be profitable and trade it with the 1%, those that are winning is what I was looking for.
Why did you decide to work with me and not with someone else? What convinced you? Because I mean, in this industry, in this moment, maybe full of online courses, even on YouTube, there is so much free information and things like this that you can, let's say, learn on yourself. And there are not with money, but in the long term, you realize that those free stuff are very expensive when it's come to your trading account. But what make you like working with me and not with someone else? Because you could choose anyone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of a lot of ads, a lot of people out there who say they know what they're doing. They're all that kind of stuff. I guess part of it was the idea of statistics and probabilities. So for me, I like the idea of, learning from you guys a system that took emotions out and put it into, the probabilities of things, because I like to look at I guess, kind of from a math or perspective of here's certain parameters you're looking for, and that's what dictates your decisions rather than an emotional decision. And that's kind of what I was looking for and what I wanted to, learn a system that used something like that to keep my emotions out of it.
Because, everything I'm doing, I'm really trying to, get this trading concept in the world and show people how it's possible for you to trade without taking decisions. Even right now, there are so many people, oh, there is no way to do this, how we can do this. But you saw that it's a way to do this. And, it's very simple to say, oh, you need to be disciplined. You need to leave emotions aside. It's simple to say, and it's actually, simple to do, just leave them. But when it actually comes to trading, you can say 100 times that you'll not do that mistake, you'll not do that, you'll not do that. But in the end, you're going to make a mistake. You cannot be disciplined when you are taking decisions on the spot. And definitely you saw this, when is there should I enter this trade? Should I not enter this trade? That is like madness in your head. There is no way to be something else. And that kind of stuff, when you are looking at your phone, you start analyzing a bit, then you swap the time frame. Maybe you go to 15 minutes, then 1 hour, you say something, then you saw another pattern, another indicator, and it's literally madness. And that's why people are acting emotional about trading. It's easy to say, stay disciplined, and that's it, you solve all the problem. Indeed, but this system with analyzing and you taking a decision make this like 99% of the traders to lose money in trading, because they cannot rely on something. Even they have a profitable trading strategy, basically, because it's not based on some exact conditions, some precise conditions, they will take every time different decisions. And you saw this, you experienced this, maybe you take all the time different decisions depending. Just think about this: when you look at the phone and now you say, okay, I'm gonna enter, and then you see, let's say tomorrow you see exactly same things, and you look into the phone and let's say, oh, I'm gonna wait a little bit more. So that's not the strategy anymore. You just took a decision there to do something or not to do something. And there is no way to have a clear statistic about your trading system when you do such a thing, when you take decisions. You definitely saw this change when you start trading, when you actually start the mentoring program, because it's something else. I mean, like for me, it was a huge release at the beginning when I actually saw that I don't need to decide. So for me, because I traded 5 years like that, like analyzing the market, go back and forth. For me, when I started actually saw those things, it was like a huge wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe. Casey, what you tried before and what were your frustrations? Let's say, what did you try before trading busters, or maybe even trading busters? Maybe you tried the signals first and then go to trading, but not based on statistics and probabilities. Maybe you tried also something else. So what did you try before, and what was like the most frustrating thing in what you did?
I mean, it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about, but I mean, I've tried, following people that are putting out options plays. I follow people that are, doing trend analysis and things like that. I follow people that are, looking at the bars and how many this and that and the other of, in this trend and that trend. And really what it came down to was there wasn't always a clear decision in my mind. And there was a lot left open to interpretation and my emotions. And so I just found myself always self-destructing because I just couldn't ever, I make one decision, it would send me down the wrong road. I'd make another decision and I would veer off again. And so it never came to a place where I felt like I had a system that worked and I could stick with it over and over and over again. And I knew that it would, in the long term, would produce results. It didn't matter who I followed, didn't matter what I looked at, because a lot of it was based on my emotion or their emotion. And I think that's really what it is. And as humans, we're emotional people. And so I think that's what you have to find is a system that has those clear conditions that allows you to take a complete emotion out and just trust the system and the process and just follow it and don't, take all emotions out. And that's the only way you can win.
People are trying to teach themselves to be disciplined, They believe in trading industry. They believe that this is, the path that they need to follow. I need to be disciplined. I need to do this and that, to be careful. You cannot do this, literally. I mean, like, you cannot be 100% disciplined when you need to take decisions. And that's why you need to find some type of tricks to like get you out from the point when you need to take decisions. And this is where those conditions come out, when you just, you don't analyze anything. You just step 1, step 2, step 3, enter, exit.
I know that's the only way that'll work for me. I know that.
Why do you think, but I think that you already answered to me this question. This was one of my questions of why do you think your first attempts to be consistently profitable didn't work?
Purely emotions. Sometimes I think, man, it's just me. Maybe I'm just letting myself get too emotional in specific trades and I want to win. And then I, revenge trade or whatever it is. But it must not just be me. It must be almost everybody, right? That's why it's so hard. So
Yeah, because you saw like every time when you do a mistake, that's why this system, I believe, is so toxic. Because every time when you actually made a mistake, if you come back and start looking at charts, you will see the problem actually. And in your head, in our heads, it's like, okay, we solved this problem. That's it. Now I know. And guess what? Next time you get to another one. And this is like basically, is like that rat race you will not be able to get out because every time for each mistake, let's say bad decision that you're going to take, blow up the account, have a losing trade or so on, you're going to find the reason why you did it, and you will say to yourself, okay, I know this, now I'm not going to do it. And guess what? It's going to happen
every time.
it's going to happen
Yeah.
again and again. Like that's why I believe this system is so toxic, because every time you make a mistake, it's going to show you why you did the mistake. You solve it. It makes you crazy. I mean, like, this is that I'm believing that trading is not just about money, but trading is also about, freedom, not being stressed, like, watching that phone every single minute, watching the laptop every single time, going outside maybe with your family, have a table, eat, and so on. And you're thinking about what's happened with my trade. What's happening if I'm going to lose this one? I don't think so that, I've been there. That's what I'm talking about. That's really not the life that I want to have, even if I would make money. That's not the way, from my point of view.
No, no one wants to live stressed out like that. I don't think you live very long if you live stressed out like that. So
Yeah, and you destroy everything around you, your family, everything, your friends. That's not the way to do it. I mean, like, I don't think so. Any money in this world worth it actually for someone to have that life when it's come to like long term, years and years. This really matters. I've been there 5 years, and that's not, that took me 10 years from my life, maybe. Where did you get the most value from working with me, Casey? I mean, like, when I'm saying with me, you saw that it's not just me here at Trading Bastards, because I have, the mentors, account managers, support teams, and, people that are working with me for me to be able to provide a good service. Because what's going on, I don't really believe, to be honest, that someone can learn this domain by just watching a course. Okay, you can learn a strategy. So I'm giving you the conditions and that's it. From after like 30 minutes watching a video, you trade like exactly like me. But for you to be able to, learn how to build a strategy, base conditions, why, and so on, it's a whole process. It's not just about watching some videos. And because I really believe that people have more chances to learn and be successful traders, they need to also have someone to talk with. This is going to short that process by a lot. Because when you watch a video, you may have questions, you cannot really ask what to do. You send an email. It's not really like that, And I knew that you cannot really ask me, because you can ask me, but I may give you the answer in 2 days. What's the point? Because too many people asking me, this is what's going to produce, like I will not have time to answer to all of them. If I cannot provide all the informations and clarify some things that maybe is clear for someone, maybe it's not clear for you, and the other way around, which is totally normal. So that's why, you saw I have mentors with me. You have your own mentor to be able to talk with all the time and short this process. So what do you think about the whole team, like the team behind me, because it's not just me?
yeah, like you're saying, being in the mentor group, watching all the videos that you made to help, explain things and the systems and the processes and conditions. That's great. But for me, that's not how I learn. So without a mentor that I can go to and speak with and ask questions, and sit down and show charts to that person and ask them, and then on the other side have them show me their process too, because I learn really well from watching others and those that are good at what they do, and I can then see their processes and I can see what they're doing. So to have a mentor show me, try this, and see how their mind is working in building out a system. It's really, it's the best way for me to be able to learn and understand it. So it's worked really well to have you put out the videos and have that education come out that way. So I kind of have a general understanding, but then to have someone side by side showing me what to do, how to do it, and the process of building a system has been awesome.
Thank you for feedback. Laura is going to be very happy to hear this. I don't really believe that someone can learn the whole process by just watching some videos, and that's why I try to build a team and do something different than everything is online there, where everyone is just giving you online course. You go there, you watch, you maybe ask him, he will answer, he will not answer, maybe ask support, how the support can know about trading, I'm really glad that actually I took the best decision to build this mentor team and so on, because this is going to speed the process a lot. And like you said, it's something else when, after watching those videos, have someone to answer, and for you to not lose maybe 1 month, doing something wrong, and just lose 1 month, just like that, when you could find the answer in 5 minutes and avoid 1 month of losing time and so on. Casey, did you have an aha moment, working with me? Maybe you realize something that you did wrong for a couple of them, and they say, aha, it's aha, I know this now. Or, aha, I know why I didn't, something like this.
I'm trying to think of just that moment where, like you say, an aha moment. I think for me, the biggest thing is as you're back testing, the conditions and things like that, you have those aha moments of okay, wow, that one little change made this big of a difference. Imagine if we put a couple other little changes, what kind of a difference would that make? So I guess my aha moment is little changes can make big differences. So there's got to be a way for me to find a couple little changes here or there to make a profitable system as you watch it play out in your back testing. So I guess that's my aha moment, is I didn't realize how much 5 minutes could change a year's worth of back testing on a chart. I didn't realize, how much that one little condition could change what my results were going to be. So that's my aha for me is, wow, that's wild that I can make this one little change and I can go from having a win rate of 60% to 40% or 80% to 20%, whatever it is, just by making one little change, which it changed the whole idea of trading to me.
Yes, that's it. And like you saw, is literally just an infinite of those little things. And, like you say, like I explained, one simple, thing that you just, maybe you'd never pay attention to that before, it can change literally everything, straight away. Just boom. Everything is changing, That small condition you saw when it's turning you from a losing trader in a very profitable one in a matter of seconds. People don't really believe that you can go from zero, let's say, to a very profitable trader in just like that. It can happen, of course, when you go through the whole process. But in the end, like you said, your aha moment, yes, sometimes that small change, it can basically change everything but everything. So, Casey, the last question for you, and literally this is a question that I'm really looking for an answer, and this is something that helped me out also over the years when I actually started building my community. You only mentioned good things. Say something bad as well, what didn't you like, what we can improve, because it's all the time some little things that can be improved, and I'm really looking into those little things, because otherwise we cannot get better. And I really want to be in top when it's come to trading in the world. So I really need a honest feedback from as many people as possible.
I like community. So I like being able to, I guess, discuss things with other people that are going through the same, process as me. So for me, that's just helpful because, like I said, I learn well from watching others do it. I guess that would be one of my biggest gripes or complaints would be I've got no communication with anyone other than, my mentor or my account manager or yourself. I sometimes when I first started, I guess I felt like, we're doing some homework and I'm like, man, am I behind? Am I not doing this right? Am I, is everyone passing me up? I had no one in the community to reach out to say, hey guys, are you guys struggling with this? Or, how are you doing with this homework, or how are you doing with this back testing? And there's no way to ask anyone else how they're doing, not to necessarily compare myself to say I'm better than somebody, but just to make sure I'm not behind, or I should be asking more questions, or I should be understanding something better, I guess is where I'm at with that. So I wish there was a little bit more of a community feel to it. Know some others that are going through the mentorship program as well, because then I guess at the end of the day too, if we all can become successful traders, and there's a guy that's, I know we're from different countries or whatever, but maybe there's another guy that lives close, it sure would be fun to, reach out to that person and meet up one day and just say, hey, it's cool that we went through this program together and you're here and I'm here. And, kind of just build that community and friendship with others that are going through the same process.
That's great answer, actually, Casey. Let me tell you a little bit of story why I actually decide, because it's not just, for me, just wake up in one day and say, okay, nobody's talking here. So it's actually something that changed a lot in my trading career. That was like, for me, it was maybe that aha moment, one of the aha moment. When I basically left all the years and years and years ago, when I left all the groups, like I left all the Telegram groups, at that point, there was a lot of, Facebook groups, it was like big that moment. There was not that many Telegram, Facebook groups. It was, the best way to communicate with other traders and stuff like that. So I unfollow everyone on Instagram, on Facebook. I left all the groups, Facebook, Telegram. I unsubscribed to all the YouTubers about trading and so on. It was a moment when I just took everything out. So for me, that was actually, one of the biggest steps to become a successful trader. So why I'm saying this, it was a great help for me, because give you an example. You have a small account, just numbers, $1,000 account, and you make roughly 10% a month, let's say. It's $100. It's not that much. You cannot really live out of that. We have pro firms now, so you can make more, but just let's say this, yes? And then someone else is coming, and that guy has like maybe 50K account. And that guy start posting results, how he's making like maybe 5K a month, and he just made $100. But maybe you are a better trader than the other guy. And you are very good at what you are doing, and you are disciplined, and you have a very good trading system and so on. But because you saw that guy how much money he's making, you may take that decision to do what? To maybe increase your capital. And if you increase your capital, and if you are not ready for this, that can damage a lot, because maybe, people all the time say, oh, it's about percentage. It's about, no, it's not just about risking percentages. People are saying trading a $1,000 account is the same things like you trade $100,000 account. Doesn't work like that, guys. Like, if you go in drawdown on 20% on a 1K account, that's $200. If you go in drawdown 20% on 100K, that's 20 grand. So your brain is not going to look anymore at percentages. You just lost 20K. So, maybe you make the mistake and increase the capital, and you cannot handle the stress. Even if the same percentages is you cannot handle, because there are some other sum. The amount is much bigger. That's one of the mistakes that you can do. Another mistake that you can do, maybe you will take the decision to increase the risk to make more money. And guess what? You increase the risk. You cannot really increase the risk, because the strategy is going to tell you how much risk you can take, to be able to go to the negative strikes. And in the negative strikes, you saw this, there is the place where most of the traders are going to blow their account, because they don't know the statistics, and you cannot really have a statistics if you don't have a strategy based on probabilities and statistics. And the money management that everybody is talking about, you saw that you cannot really make a money management if you don't know the statistics. because you don't choose how much you risk per trade. First, you need to see how much the trading system is allowing you to risk per trade. And then, of course, under that, you can decide if you want to risk less. In not any case more than that. Maybe this guy, seeing the other guy that he's making more money and he decided to increase the risk and he's gonna blow the account in the first negative strike. That was my problem also at those moments, follow others. Even when I had like very good months in trading and I saw my profits and I saw some other guys' profits, I said, wow, I'm really doing something wrong with this. I mean, like, there is no way. And I was a better trader, but because I didn't have enough capital, I couldn't make those money. And it was just a matter of time. I could get there. This is how I managed to blow so many accounts, or even more than this. This thing with, challenges turning $100 in a $1 million, okay? Or things like this, which is, normal. But, maybe those guys, they are lucky and this is how they're trading. But maybe, well, like me, I also have like risk accounts. I spoke with you guys in the mentoring program about this type of accounts, when you have your main account and then, maybe you have how much you risk normally in one trade, you put in a separate account where you trade that account with like 10% risk. Who cares? If you make money, that's okay. If you lose, it doesn't matter, And, that it's a risk account and you don't care about this money and you start making some profits. You have a very positive strike and you just make like 1,000% out of that account. And you got to post that. And someone else that just entered, he doesn't really like the idea of risk accounts. He's seeing that he's making like 10% or 20% a month, which is great results. But when he's going to see someone else making 1,000%, what that guy is going to feel like? 99%. You're going to feel disappointed, You're not going to make that much money. Then you go to that circle of risking too much. So that's why, Casey, I decided to not leave the chat open in the big group, okay?
Right.
So it was because that really changed me a lot. I say, okay, if that changed me, that means I can also offer you this. Because for me, it's nothing. I can just, leave that chat open and that's it. Literally, like that's it. It's going to be even less work from my mentors to answer to some of your questions because you can speak to others, That's why I took this decision. But like I said in the live meetings, maybe you haven't been in that live meeting, I am analyzing right now to do something a little bit more different than, just like a simple chat where these things 100% will happen when people will post on risk accounts, big results. And I don't really want to hurt anyone. I want everyone to go slow and steady because that's the way to do things in trading with long-term thinking. Thank you for the feedback. And I got this feedback a lot. So that's why, Casey, I decided to actually, form some small groups.
Okay.
Small groups like, 5, 10 people, even 20 people. Maybe you want to trade on GBP USD, GBP, GPY, Euro USD. And we can create with the mentors also in the group. And everybody's going to just discuss about how you can create a strategy and stuff like that, like not sharing results. In this way, I think I can make you guys happy, give you the community vibe. And you can also meet, like you say, with other traders that may be around you. And in this way, I also keep, my view of not letting, someone making mistakes because he saw some huge profits to someone else. And that doesn't mean that he's a bad trader and the other guy is a better trader. It's just about the capital that guy has or the risk that guy is taking and so on. So I think this is already solved and is going to be put in practice very soon until I'm going to have like everything perfect in line and I can manage with the mentors for them to also manage the groups. And that can be like multiple groups. 5 people want to trade that. Okay, 20 for that. 2 people want to trade that. It doesn't matter. And you can basically request to join for a specific chat. And you can create strategies, talk about topics, but not share pictures with cash.
Okay. I like that.
Those were my questions, Casey. I want to thank you for taking this call and, be with me on camera, on Zoom. I know that it's not easy for everyone to be on camera and talk. So thank you for this. It was a really great meeting. I also enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care, Casey, and see you back in the community.
Okay.
Traders, I hope you enjoyed the video and saw how profitable it is to trade based on statistics and probabilities. It took me years to develop this new trading concept, and now thousands of traders are using it and make daily consistent profits. But don't take my word for it and see for yourself. If you want to level up, you can join my free Telegram community. Our members have exclusive access to trading webinars, live Q&A sessions, and proven trading tips that actually work, all for free. We also have a Premium Mentorship Program where I work with traders one-on-one and teach them everything I've learned in 10 years of trading. It's wild. And that's about it. Don't forget to follow us online and to like, share, and subscribe. You will find all the useful links in the description below. See you in the next video.